Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to today's SmackDown Opinions video. We said we would do one, we're gonna do one, but we've got to be quick because obviously Money in the Bank and the whole coverage of Money in the Bank is going to be starting relatively soon to the time of recording this. So we'll go for about 15 minutes and we'll get through as many thoughts as we can. So I can tell you Clay said, I liked it. In my opinion, it has me more hyped for Money in the Bank. The crowd seemed pretty nice. Also, I'm excited to see if anything happens with the Wyatt 6. Sinister File said I missed it. Heard it was okay. Noah said I thought it was good enough. Nothing crazy, but there doesn't have to be much as it's a go-home show. And all you're trying to do is build for WrestleMania. It's also nice we got a little Wyatt hint in the background, and that's true. We got the Wyatt door plans, which was excellent to get us excited for Money in the Bank. John Elite said a real emotional promo from Kevin Owens. Cool that DIY won the tag titles the exact same way they beat FTR for the NXT tag titles 8 years ago. Love that promo from Solo at the end. He really took shots at Roman, saying he wasn't man enough to defend their legacy at Mania. McShane said, I'll give it a 7. Nothing spectacular, but it was solid. Ramboli said it was cool. Carl said it was decent. Love DIY being tag champs. Drew in the opening promo and Michin beating Nia's ass. Bring on Money in the Bank. Angel's Hot Take said it was good for a go-home episode. I will say that I felt that the Bloodline vignette was short and felt flat. Oh, really? Solo doesn't do it for me as Tribal Chief. He doesn't have that it thing. That's really interesting. I thought this was the best thing that I'd seen him do, to be honest. I thought that he really came across. I thought I liked the low lighting. I liked the fact he was the one that was sat down with the others stood behind him. I liked the presentation. I thought the promo was quite impactful. I thought the things he was saying was quite impactful. I mean, he's outright said Roman Reigns is not man enough. He wasn't man enough to be the guy. And he's going to get that championship back. And if Roman wants it, he's going to have to get it from him. Kind of really building upon what happened last week and about how now he is the Tribal Chief. I thought this was a big step in the right direction, personally. So very interesting that Angel's Hot Take said it felt flat. I Am Exotic Wrestling said, I feel like the Wyatt door behind Grayson Waller has got a double meaning. It could mean they show up at Money in the Bank tomorrow, but it could also mean that the Wyatt 6 are watching Waller, considering that he's been lying about his actions towards Austin Theory. Just a thought, says I Am Exotic Wrestling. The Juan Gaming said Warfare, but could have been better booked. Money in the Bank didn't expect much, but I hope that Roman shows up after Money in the Bank. I'm expecting him around SummerSlam. We've had a lot of people asking, will it be at Money in the Bank? Will it be at SummerSlam? Fair questions, to be honest. I'm expecting it SummerSlam, but there is a chance it's this weekend. And actually, I have just seen a little video where Triple H says that there will be some surprises at Money in the Bank. Didn't go into details. I don't know if he's referring to results or the Wyatt 6 or not sure, but there's a little backstage clip, him in the car traveling, I believe, to the arena, and he says there will be some surprises. Alex said, I was there live. I felt they did a few filler matches with one quality match and some heartfelt promos. Well, cool. Really cool to hear from someone that was actually there. I can tell you, Street Profits against Pretty Deadly, that got a good 94% from our community. Jade and Bianca against Candice and Indy, that got a good 95% from our community. Bailey against Piper Niven, that got a good 95%. And A-Town Down Under against DIY, that got great 78. So, yeah, people agree with you. A lot of good filler matches I don't think's unfair. Lots of like good 90%'s only one match getting into that great range, and it's that great range that we really are looking for. Because that great range is, there's a level above that, which is all time. But if we can get into that great range, that's when you know that you've seen something really worth watching. If it's good, okay, then it's, forgettable, to be honest. It's not bad. It was okay. So we had 3 of those, and we had a great match to round it off. So, yeah, I think Alex's comments are very, very fair. Liverpool fan, we want Roman push. Dakota Kai said that solo SIKOA segment was done perfectly. He is impressing by week, and he has improved already. Tortured Ool says, was kind of dull, but it is the SmackDown before a PLE, so it is to be expected. Trevor said, I was working the event there tonight. Wow, that's amazing. We've got people that actually attended and people that worked the event. Trevor, shout out to you. Said, I didn't catch much, but I saw the ending, and boy, that was fantastic. DIY winning the tag titles was great. Met a bunch of talent for it pre-show, and I can't wait for the weekend. That is so cool. I'm dropping a like on that. And I'm dropping a like on Alex because he was there as well. That is really cool. Thank you for that information. Miss Clown said, I really enjoyed the show, and they actually got me a bit more hyped for Money in Nerds Bank. But Jay is so over. Surely he wins. Part of me thinks LA Knight could snatch it, though. All in all, fun show for me. Well, I'm glad you had a fun show. Donald says, average. Logan said, I got 3 words for you. DIY. Does that work? I mean, technically, I suppose it stands for do it yourself. But is DIY its own thing now? Is that 3 words? Whoa, that's one to chew over, isn't it? Does that work? I've got 3 words for you. I mean, if you'd have said letters, it would have worked. Words is interesting because technically I think it does stand for do it yourself. So, that's an interesting one. Travis says, boring. David said, I'm done with wrestling for good. That's it. David's done. After what he saw on SmackDown, that is it. It is over. It is done. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. Sam said, SmackDown was great. DIY winning was cool. Can't wait for Punk's return tomorrow. I am Deejed Mayhem said, it was great. Gaz said, thank God for BFAB. And Lena Fanina, I don't know how you pronounce her surname. It's Nia Jax, is a wrestling god. Pompey Boy said, am I the only one who caught Randy staring at CODYS title? Eyes emoji. We have seen that before. I can't say I saw it this week, but there have been little teases of that. And we were talking during our live stream about would he turn at some point, because it feels like the match that we need for 2 reasons, actually. One, obviously the history of Cody and Randy. It just makes so much sense for them to do that feud, and we haven't done that feud since Cody has been back, and now he's got the title. It makes even more sense. But as well as that, surely the Wyatt Six are going after Randy, and if the Wyatt Six are going after Randy, I feel like Randy has got to be a heel, so turning Randy heel just makes so much sense. Seth Gogards said, decent show. Love the bloodline message for Roman. I like the segment with LA Knight and Jey Uso. That was a great meeting of the popular baby faces. Drew McIntyre stole the segment. Dude is on the run of his career. Also, a fan of DIY's NXT run. I was excited to see them get their main roster moments. Their matches with the Revival were truly great. So, Seth Gogards, shout out to you, buds. Aradia117 said, great ending, but mid-show. typical nothing go home. SmackDown before Money in the Bank. The lack of crowd reaction when Chad mentioned the Wyatt Six was noticeable. I'm unsure if that means anything long term. I don't think it means anything because on the kickoff show, when Chad came out, they were chanting Wyatt Six. So I don't think it means anything. Nita Nitro said, I don't care about anything apart from Ciampa and Gargano being champions. Please allow them to have absolute bangers with New Catch, Street Profits, Pretty Deadly, and I would love Kevin Owens and Orton. Bloodline vignette was great too, to be honest. Jupton said, I love the build-up for every feud, including mini ones like Michin Nia throughout the DIY match of the contender. I don't care much about the bloodline. I hope Kevin's mom gets better. We all do. That's well said, Jupton. Yeah, definitely. That was so out of nowhere. I hadn't heard anything about that he'd been by his mother's side all that time. I hope he wins it for her, with Jimmy returning at Money in the Bank, helping out the three baby faces. Richard said, I think it's awesome, but Zoe needs to be Mrs. Money in the Bank. Just in case of that, Sammy will beat Braun by DQ to retain the IC title. Space Fam said, I thought it was, as a build-up to a PLE, it was worse than usual, and I don't like how Bloodline didn't address last week in the ring. An early brawl between Bloodline and Cody, Kevin, Randy would have improved things, said Space Fam. Bradley says, DIY versus A-Town Down Under was goods. The end was goods. I like how Theory stopped Waller from tapping, and Theory will turn face soon, putting himself on the line a few times. It was a decent SmackDown. Randy keeps looking at Cody's title. The Wyatt door behind Waller could be aimed at him, says Bradley. Rico said, Kevin Owens had me misty-eyed. I hope we get a good update. I was excited that HBK and Trips won the tag titles. I don't know where this story goes with their first rivalry and the future of Theory and Waller. Theory was only a passable face in the way, and that reunion, it isn't happening. Rico, good comment, my friends. Dean Parker said SmackDown was okay, matches were good, was not expecting DIY to get the tag titles, thought Wyatt 6 would have done something with Chad, the solo promo was fire. Troy said it felt like a pretty unimportant go-home episode of SmackDown, and if they didn't have DIY winning the tag titles, it would have been completely skippable. It felt too safe, on rails, didn't have a lot of excitement behind it, not for me anyway. Happy for DIY though. Def266 said the Bloodline video needed more. Dera's fan said, overall, it was a good build-up for Money in the Bank, and congratulations to Shawn Michaels and Triple H for winning the WWE Tag Team titles. Good episode of SmackDown. Gigi Love said that main event was a certified banger. Jack said the ending with Solo was good. Just means we're definitely getting Roman back soon. But now, after the yeet, yeah, back and forth between Jay and LA, I kind of want to see them, tag up. Wow. So you want to see LA Knight and Jey Uso as a tag team? Yeeting and yearing the night away. Okay. Right, we should be able to go full screen on this one. Let's go over. Great SmackDown. My rating is an 8.5. I hate Lyra Valkyria and effing Lyra Valkyria. Bit strange. Did she do anything? I mean, there was she was at ringside and there was a little brawl, wasn't there? And Roman's return is going to be an all-timer when his music hits. Congrats DIY for winning the WWE tag titles. Maybe the tag team women and men's division will finally mean something. It's been trash for a long time. Do we think Austin Theory turns babyface? I believe so. And prayers for Kevin Owens' mom. I know he's about to have one of the best matches of his career tomorrow. Julia is not going to show up on Sunday, and I'm disappointed. Damage Control showing up on Marigold next Saturday in Japan. I'm hopeful to Julia and Io is face-to-face in Marigolds because my dream match is Julia against Io. Okay, very cool. Very cool. Yeah, Io is on her way over there, isn't she? Right, we'll read these ones. So, thank you, Trish. And Sammy will win title. What do you mean keep his title? He's defending it, isn't he, tomorrow? I'm Just Ken said, honestly, SmackDown sucked. Other than Bayley and Piper 2 and the main event, I was on Twitter more. I enjoyed the showcasing of the women tonight, though. So, not all bad. Harley Needs Sleep said this SmackDown was a good pre-show for Money in the Bank, especially seeing DIY win. And I thought we'd do this one because I could see the bottom. Here's James. It said it wasn't too good, but that's what I expect for a show before a big event. There wasn't much going on other than hyping up tomorrow. I'm really happy that DIY finally got the titles, though. That's cool. I agree with a lot of you. I mean, I think this show for me is around a 6.25. The reason why I would go even that high is because we got a title change. I thought the main event delivered. I actually didn't mind Bayley against Piper. I thought there was a little something there that I took from it. So I didn't mind that. I like the little Wyatt door thing backstage. We're looking for talking points, and that, you know, as small as it might be, it is a talking point. I actually really enjoyed Solo's promo. It didn't outstay its welcome. It didn't say stuff it didn't need to say. It just got to the point, had a few kind of interesting lines like, whoa, Roman's not man enough. If he wants this title, when he comes back, he'll have to get it from me. A few lines in there, and I like the presentation of it. So, yeah, I think, look, there was stuff in there. The yeet and the yeah stuff, I was fine. You know, we've seen that kind of thing before. And you know, it's one of those that it's fun for the live crowd. I must admit, I was looking at it going, okay, got you. I was ready to move on from that little bit at the start. Chad came out. I was surprised there was no glitches or flickers or anything like that. I mean, I agree, this was not monumental. 6.25 feels more than fair. So that's where I am for this episode. A go-home show, and we move on to Money in the Bank. And that's it. So thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget, we will be live with Money in the Bank, and you can join us. We'll be starting that nice and early as we go straight the way through. So thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate the support. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.